Hi, my name is Ted with Legacy Brand Leather. How's everyone doing today? Good. Today I'm crafting a workshop apron. I've been wanting to make one since I started Legacy Brand Leather about 7 years ago. I haven't crafted one yet because either I was too inexperienced or just felt like I didn't have the confidence that I wouldn't screw it up. Either way, you're in for a ride. Let's get to it. First off, you're going to start with your denim. I just got this at JoAnn's. Just go ahead and lay that down. And then I'm using an older apron I'm going to be using as a template. Here I'm just tracing around the older apron with a Sharpie. And then I'm doing a 1-inch seam allowance, doing that around the entire piece. Then do a rough cut around your entire piece just to get it separated from the other fabric. And here I'm doing a more detailed cut of that seam allowance around the entire project. Next you're going to pin the seam allowance, which you're going to then iron. The point here is that you want to get a nice crease so that it stays once you pull out the pins as you're sewing it. And rib bleed's there to watch. For the curves, I'm doing some small cuts so I can relieve the stress in the fabric and then iron it. Next up, you're just going to sew your piece. I ended up taking the seam allowance and folding the exposed fabric in on itself so that it's a little bit cleaner looking and a little bit more professional looking. Alright, so the apron piece itself is done. After that, we're going to move on to the leather accents. Starting off, I'm cutting some buck brown harness leather from Wickett and Craig. It's approximately 6 to 7 ounces thick, which will be nice and sturdy. Cutting out a larger piece than I need for the logo, because I'm not exactly sure how large I want this patch. I'm calling it a patch here. How large I want the patch to be. The excess leather I'm going to be using for leather washers that you'll see later. Now that we have that clean imprint, I'm just cutting it up to the size that I feel like looks correct. Then take your wing divider and put in your stitching lines. Here I'm using my KS Blade Punch pricking irons. It's going to make for a really nice looking stitch. For all the pieces, I'm going to be doing some beveling and burnishing. Since it's going to be exposed edges of the leather against fabric, I want them to look really nice and clean. I do a pass of Tokonole, then the Cocobola wood burnisher, another pass of Tokonole, and then some canvas to really polish up that edge. Next up, start cutting the pockets. Here's some larger pieces I'm cutting out of the leather so that I can decide what size pockets I want. I'm using an older template of another project for this specific top pocket. Once it's traced out, just cut it all off with a rotary cutter or a box cutter, then round the corners. And again with the bevel and burnish, doing the top and bottom of all these pieces here. Tokonole, burnisher, more Tokonole, and then the canvas to finish that off. Here I'm adding the stitch lines. Here's that groove for the pen slot. At the end of the project, I realized I wish I had made that a little bit larger since I'm putting some copper rivets at the top of these pockets here. But I have some smaller pens that will work quite well in that pocket. And don't forget to put in the stitch holes for the pen slot. This piece is going to be for the bottom. I'm kind of sizing it based on my hands so I can fit my hands in there and grab any tools or anything. But I also have to look out for that little scratch right there. Roughly 7 inches by 13 inches. Just cutting it to size there. Rounding the corners. Adding the bevel to the bottom and the top of the piece, which I'm then going to burnish the same way I've been burnishing everything else. Tokonole, wood burnisher, more Tokonole, canvas cloth. Next up, all the stitching grooves. And then I decided I wanted to split the pocket in half so I could reach one hand on one side and another hand the other side to grab any sort of tools or things I need out of my pockets. Then just adding the stitch holes. Next up, I'm using a Japanese knife to get a nice straight line that I'm cutting down the length of the leather. Then I'm going to be using a strap cutter to cut 3/4 inch wide straps. They have some sharp edges on it, so I'm going to just burnish it like I've been doing everything else. Here I'm just rounding off the end of the strap and then putting a hole in it for a buckle that's going to be the adjustable buckle near the neck. Then I'm putting a hole in it so I can add a double cap rivet. Then I'm going to put this neck buckle strap together. And here's the strap that's going to be going around my neck and fastened to that buckle. And here's some glue tape I'm adding to the back of the leather patch that I can then sew to the denim. I decided to go with some lightweight ecru colored thread from Main Thread Company. It's probably the closest looking thread that I have on hand to the denim thread that I use for the rest of the piece. Here I'm just finishing off the thread. Gotta be careful though, there's fabric behind it. And then the same thing for the pockets. I'm using that same glue tape and I'm gonna lightly secure it to the denim and then stitch the whole piece together. Don't forget to stitch that pen slot. Now I'm just attaching the bottom pocket, trying to get it as centered as possible. And there's all the pockets stitched to the fabric. Next up, I'm finishing off the straps here. This strap here is going to be for either a hammer or a towel that I want at my waist. Same process, just burnishing all the ends of every single exposed edge of the leather. This piece is going to hold the D-rings so I can secure the strap around my body. And from here, it's pretty much go time. Then I'm going to be making some leather washers. These are to reinforce the leather and fabric together so that it's not just going to be leather and fabric. It's going to be leather, fabric, and leather to hold the piece together. To lightly secure the strap onto the fabric, I'm just doing some glue tape again. And then I'm just going to be hammering the holes through the fabric and then securing the copper rivets together. So you can see the washers behind the fabric. Just hammer the rivets in place, clip off the top, and hammer them flush so they're not sharp anymore. And then doing that to the other side for the strap. And then I just size it roughly around my neck, and I'm adding a couple extra holes so I can adjust it if necessary. And that's how it fits. Seems to work really well. Then I'm just finishing it off and also burnishing the edge there. And next up, the pockets. This is where I discovered I should have made that pen pocket a little bit bigger. Same process here, just hammer the rivet together, clip off the top, and then get rid of any sort of sharp edges to it. After that, I'm just going to be riveting on the D-rings. And then the strap that's going to go around my body, same process here. And then lastly, the strap that's going to be for the hammer or towel, whatever I want at my waist whenever I'm working. Finish off the end of the straps there. And that's pretty much it. But let's look at some B-roll. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and please consider subscribing. That shows me that you want to see more videos and more content like this. I'm on Instagram at legacybrandleather. Give me a follow there. I post daily. Other than that, I'll see you next week with a new video. Stay safe out there.